Today we're doing section 10.1. We're going to be learning about circles in this chapter. So first we're going to go over what is a circle and what are the parts of circles. First I want you to think back when you learned how to make circles with a compass. Remember that a compass has a metal point or a plastic point and then a pencil, and you can pull the pencil and the point a certain distance apart. The metal point goes in the center and represents the center of the circle. The distance that you pull the compass apart is the radius of the circle. And then you hold that center point and use your pencil to draw all the way around to make your circle. That's the circumference of the circle. If we look here at our picture of our circle, first of all, this is circle C. When I name a circle, I always name a circle, and you will always name a circle, by its center. Never assume that an interior point is the center of a circle. The only way that you can know an interior point of a circle is the center is if it's the name of the circle, or if the directions specifically say that it is a circle. Notice we can use this symbol here in the name circle C. A chord of a circle is a segment whose endpoints are on the circle. AF is a chord because points A and F are on the circle. BE is also a chord, but it's a special type of chord because it goes through the center of a circle. That's called the diameter. Finally, we have a radius, which is a segment where one endpoint is on the circle and the other endpoint is the center of the circle. BC, EC, and DC are all radii of the circle. This interactive circle can help us see those parts and a couple of other things that we're going to learn about circles later on. Here I have made a radius of the circle. Here's a chord of the circle. This is called a tangent to the circle, a line that's intersecting the circle in only one point. And remember, a diameter of the circle is a chord that goes through the center. Two circles are congruent to each other if their radii are congruent. All measurements of circles, whether the length of the diameter, the circumference of the circle, area of the circle, all measurements of circles are based on the radius. So that's the only thing between two circles that needs to be congruent in order to know the circles are congruent. All circles are similar since they're all only based on one measurement. Concentric circles are circles that share the same center. The word coplanar is important, but remember that most of the pictures you see, you can assume are all in the same plane. These two circles, circle A with radius AB and circle A with radius AC, are concentric circles. Circles can intersect with each other in several different ways. They can have 2 points of intersection, they can have 1 point of intersection, or they cannot intersect at all. Alright, now you're going to do an activity to learn about the circumference of a circle. Circumference of a circle is like the perimeter of a polygon. It's simply the distance around the circle. So what I want you to do is get something like a string, you can use a piece of dental floss or yarn, and a ruler. You're going to find different circles around wherever you're doing this activity. Try to find 5 different circles. You're going to use the string to measure around your circle, and then you're going to pull that string straight and use the ruler to measure that length that was around the circle. And you're going to go ahead and post that in this chart here for each of your 5 circles. Then you're going to have to estimate where you think the center of your circle is and use the ruler to measure the diameter's length. Put that in this chart. Finally, you're going to divide the circumference by the diameter for each of your circles, round to the nearest hundredth, and put that in the chart here. When you finished filling out the chart, I want you to average these 5 ratios